Yo, what's up, YouTube? Let's see if this works. It doesn't work. It's like I'm not even here. That's so weird. I even deleted it and brought it back. But that's okay. Not a big deal. Let me post this to the community. See if we can get a couple people in here before I ramble. By myself, at least. Let's pop the chat out. Alright, here we I mean, my Pringles. Fucking hungry. I was gonna make me some lunch. I'm like, you know what? I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna hop on here. Right now, it's been a while. Feel like I neglect it. Just been busy, you know. Life comes at you fast, and so does a whole lot of downside, huh? All right, let's get over to Biddy. Let's get over to Biddy. Let's go to the weekly. We're bouncing at a really good level to bounce from. There's no way around it, right? Do we even touch this? I don't think we do. No, this is daily demand. Maybe 2-day too, but it's definitely daily. Yeah, this is gonna be daily demand. Maybe 2-day too. Let's see. Yep. We front ran a little bit, but that's all right. Blew right through this other daily demand. Front ran it here, blew right through it over here. Yeah, remove the box. Get rid of you. What do you guys think? What do you think? You think top is in? You think bottom is in? Right? Or you think top is in? Or you think bottom is in? What do you think? Because my checklist is ready to rock for the bear market. I just got to check some boxes off. I'm not saying the top is in, but I'm not saying it's not as well, you know? It's one of those, we'll see what happens. If we come up to here somewhere and reject, like that's just, it would make sense. It would definitely make sense. Weekly, overextended, guys. We have hidden bullish divergence. Money flow is in the green. Hold on. I need water. I don't have water, but I have one of my daughter's juice boxes right next to me. Don't mind if I do. And for anybody joining in now or not watching the beginning, I can't get my camera to work. It just doesn't show me. Look. Fruit punch. I thought that was going to be apple juice. That was a nice little surprise. Yeah, weekly. Hidden bullish divergence, right? We have a higher low and a lower low on the oscillator. Golden pocket bounce from the bottom to the top. Bottom being around 90 or 74.5, top being 125, 126, yeah, 126, you know, the top. Log scale on. We're touching our upward trending bull market momentum line and the golden pocket. Like it's insane how this stuff, how it lines up with each other and how it just plays out. It's pissing me off sometimes how freaking clean it is. 5-day. Same vibe, but the money is coming out, right? So, it's got to make you wonder, right? Is this, do we have bearish divergence that's going to be coming in again? And this money flow is going to start coming out of the weekly, right? Because the 5-day is going to change before the weekly. Because the 5-day, the 4-day, the 3-day, money flows in the red, or about to be in the red, right? But the oscillator is a little exhausted, and we are in a bounce zone, right? This is definitely a really good bounce zone. So we're going to have to wait and see. Definitely going to have to wait and see. I'm expecting a potential bounce up into this zone. Beautiful. We'll look for shorts here, between, I would say even all the way downwards of here. 98 even, upwards of 107.5. Who knows? Sorry. 16-hour, same shit, guys. But money flows in the red. We got bullish divergence starting to come in now. We have bullish on the daily too. Oh, maybe we don't on this. On Cardano we do. Cardano we do. Bitcoin we don't. Okay, that's good to know. I'm trading Cardano. I don't want to get into that right now, but it's been great. We have a double bottom situation here. Money flows out. 16, we do have bullish divergence, okay? We don't just have it locally here, but we have it from back here, right? We have it from back here too. So as we trickle down, we're in this potential bounce zone. We're in a high confluenced area. Front ran demand, yes, but it's the golden pocket, upward momentum trend line. Let me just take a peek quick. My phone just vibrated. What do you think you're doing, pal? This looks like it's ready to go short, but we're going to wait. But it is in the bounce zone, right? I think that's where I left off. 12-hour, 10-hour, you see the bullish divergence, right? You see it, like we're market structure's down, but bullish divergence doesn't mean shit until we get the change of characters in the lower time frames, or it actually starts to play out, because we could range here a little bit too, right? We can do a whole lot of this and then go, or go the other way. We got to see how it plays out, right? This money it's still pretty deep into the red. 6-hour, 5-hour, 4-hour. Bullish divergence. I mean, from back here we have bullish divergence, but even locally, it's just not very steep, I should say. And then we have a pretty nice even bottom, double bottom here, which is also a good sign of reversal, right? I consider this to be bullish divergence as well. Even bottom, when you're doing this, whatever the technical term is, I still consider it to be divergence. Andrew, what's up, brother? I can't see what you sent. It gives me question marks, but that's okay. Thanks for coming. Yeah, 4-hour, right? We have two options here, right? This can either come up, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it can reject here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes up and rejects here, rejects at the middle line, or even comes up here somewhere and does a little trigger wave like that. But if we do that, I am anticipating this to come up to this level. Plus or minus, right? I mean, we can bang our heads here. We can range a little bit and bang our heads. I mean, there's other options, but I am anticipating somewhere up into here. At least with this particular movement we're going to have going on. Cut it out, you dirty little tramp. Look at that internal break. SFP. We didn't take the high. We're holding strong. What else? We'll go 2-hour. Here's the juice, guys. 2-hour broke bullish. Okay, and it broke bullish pretty good, right? This is a good close, and we even continued up a little bit. we're going to have some sort of order block here, or lower time frame supply. And, you know, this is where we're hesitating. So even if we do come down, I'm still not, you know, there's going to be an order block here somewhere. You know, you see the 1 hour here. Obviously, you see this 1 hour here. But there's going to be some lower time frames. There's going to be some fibs you can pull. Whether you want to go from down or really down. I mean, you guys got to decide. I like to pull them all and see what happens. Because nothing's guaranteed here. But this is a rejection zone too, right? Somewhere, you know, up in here is a rejection zone. And we got the change on the 2 hour. I don't think we got, or 1 hour. No, it's not on the 3 hour. It is on the 2 hour though. We do have it on the 2 hour. I did know that. But we have it here, right? Change. This could be a bullish retest again for a good continuation. Let this money flow continue to move up. Going good, man. It's going good. What's wrong with my neighbor? What happened? What'd I do? What'd he do? A lot of stuff has happened since I've been on last. Yeah, we got this bullish divergence still, guys, right? So I'm not, even if we bang our heads here, we come down, you know, if this continues to roll, like we're looking good for a little move up. You know, whether it's going to be all-time highs again, I don't know. Yes. But we don't want just straight down, right? We want to make money on the way down, then we want to make money on the way up, and then we want to compound for that another short up here, and then another long here, whatever it's going to be. You know, we want to win some going up, we want to win some going down. Because I don't know about you guys, but I am not a trader to get in up here and try and sell it all the way down here somewhere. This is not how I roll. Jet, Jeet, Yeet, what up? To only have his silence for one day. I always think of your silence. Listen, he loves it. He's got 2 kids, 2 sons, grown, right? 40s, late 30s, early 40s, and they each have 2 sons. And they both married Spanish women, and they're Italian, so they're used to kookiness. But yeah, right, 30-minute, right? Money flows in the green, guys. We have that break. If looking at it on this time frame, you can't tell me it doesn't make sense. 45-minute, yeah. I thought it was an hour. 45 works. 45-minute order block, right? We don't have a change here because of the candle rule, but we know it is changed, right? We know it. We're in our fib, we're in our order block, but at some point, these are going to not be respected. Now, the question is, are we going to blast through this? Or are we going to reject to go up? Or are we just going to go up? Yeah. So if you have that answer, let me know. Sorry for flopping back and forth. I just want to check out my trade here. I could do it on my other screen, but then I'd lose chat and everything else, and it's just not even worth it. So yeah, 30-minute, 24-minute, 15-minute. We have the same look, right? We have bullish divergence coming in. I'll go up to the 30 if you don't believe me, right? It's localized though. It's local. Here, right? We have a lower low, and we have higher lows. So just easier to see on the 15. Money flows crossing over into the green. A lot of times when we have that, you know, that 10 to 30 minute looking like this with the green money flow coming in my case, blue, you know, we got that 6 to 4 hour, 3 hour maybe green dot looking upward momentum. Like it's, once again, I'm not saying it's going to go past this area, but it's typically, you know, an indication that it's a good move. Whether it's going to get rejected here or we're going to continue up, I don't know. So right now I am long on the Cardano. I got stopped out here. yesterday, 2 days ago. I don't remember. It's all freaking blur. We had the change. We had the SFP. I got in, not on the SFP. It wasn't. I didn't do the 5 minute either. I went down in time frame just to make it work. Do as I say, not as I do. I didn't enter on the 1, did I? Maybe I did. It was like here. I didn't. No, it wasn't all the way up here, but it was like halfway. Covered the low. Was anticipating a move up at this point. Not necessarily blast off, but I was anticipating something like this. Yeah. At least to get up to something like this. No. Potential spam. You know, upwards into here. That was my thought. I got stopped out. It is what it is. And then I got short here. And this stopped me out this morning. And then I got long again right, I don't know, here. I took some profit, 786. And now I got my stop loss just below this guy. I know we didn't take the high, but I'd rather just take my money and check it out another time. What's that market structure indicator? It's nice and clean. Yeah, so this is it's literally just like a market structure. I have order blocks of imbalance too. That it generates. It's from 11x. Yeah, dude. SFPs, change the character, break a structure, internal. Fibonacci. It has alarms. It pulls ranges. It pulls ranges. Dude, it's insane. You can customize it to whatever makes you happy, but I would. It costs money. It's not free. I think it's like 800 shekels, but in my opinion, it's the best indicator I've ever used. Right? If I had to choose between this market structure or this oscillator, see you later, oscillator. So if you're interested, hit me up in Discord. Or message me here, and then we'll get you going on the Discord too. But it's well worth it. I'm telling you right now. It's not perfect for my rules. It is mechanical. It does make a mistake every now and again. You do got to play with if you want to have it just wick based or candle close wick based. Sometimes it'll just make it pull a little different, right? Sometimes you'll have a little 2 candle pullback or this, that, and it won't calculate it until you play with this a little bit. And then sometimes, you know, if like we're at all-time highs, whatever, if we're at all-time highs and it's set to highest, well, it's going to start its pull at the highest and work its way down. So you're not going to have the market structure from back here. Not a big deal for me. Maybe for some people. So if you do have it and you've been noticing that, just play with the a little bit. But yeah, 11x. It's fucking sweet. Yeah. All right, you see that bullish divergence there? Money flow crossing over. This just kind of looks like it wants to. And if that happens, look at the hourly. All right, what's going to happen is this may not print, and it may just continue up sideways a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Or we, if we range here a little bit, we can do this little red dot, green dot situation. Because right, this 2 hour and the 4 hour and the 3 hour too, obviously, but it has a lot of room to go to the upside. But we are, like, once again, right? This is a rejection zone. This is a rejection zone. Things are lining up both ways, so just make sure you're paying attention. Or have you take profits set and move your stop loss when you can, because if you're not watching it, things can get hairy quick. Lower time frames. See what I'm saying? From the lowest. So you don't have anything back here. You just double click. Highest. Done. There you go. See how much that changes, right? All this is internal on the 5. But if you pull from the low, it's not a big deal, right? But the way I like to trade, I like it to be right. But yeah, we're in the zone. We have bearish divergence on the 5. The reason I'm hesitant on a short is because from back here, we have bullish, right? Bullish divergence. This low is higher than this low. It's not much, but overall we have curvature. We have money flow coming back in. Yes, it's coming out locally right here, but grain of salt, right? I'm not going to short that. If we get a flip, you know, if we get like a 2-minute flip maybe, right? Look for something like this, a little retest, but we'd have to break here. Let's move that down. We'd have to break here. And until we do that, I don't know. I think I like the long play right now, especially on Cardano. It looks a little extra juicy. All right, because I mean, Bitcoin can still we can come all the way down 786. It grab this order block, grab this liquidity, and then go. So there's still room, right? 24-minute, we're looking bullish, guys, right? Bigger time frame, we're looking bullish. It does not mean we're not going to come back down to here somewhere. It doesn't mean we're not going to nuke, but right now, I'm optimistic. Cool. Let's see. Low time frame zones. Yeah, there's a couple things going on here. You know, we obviously have this 1 hour order block here. I will fix that in a minute. These are some good zones, guys. They really are. Drop down to that 5, right? Well, look, we got 15 minutes, and this 15 minute, this 5 minute, these are both order blocks of imbalance too. I just have it preset to those like this. Where's my time frames? It does time frame you're on, and then I have it set to these. So sometimes I'll even, if there's a lot going on and I got multiple charts up for some reason, very rarely, but if I do, I'll open like 3 or 4 of these, and I'll just do 3, 5, 10, 15, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it'll just pop up all of them. It's pretty sometimes it's sweet. But I would not completely, back to the charts, be surprised if we do come down, but we bounce here. Because this is where we break, right? Boom. And then we get 2 little breaks here. They come down, they grab liquidity, right? If we don't SFP these, I'd have a very hard time thinking that we're not coming for this order block or this guy. And then in confluence with that, I'll just pull from here. It's not much of a difference. Yeah, right? Right, we got golden pocket with this liquidity. We got 786 with this order block and this internal demand. But it gets mitigated here, right? So, yeah, this is the bounce zone and this is the bounce zone. If we do come down. If we do come down. But for now, one step at a time, I'm looking here. I would look here. I'm looking at Cardano, but I would be looking there. Make C 0 fees is hard to beat sometimes, you know. Yeah, I mean, see, I haven't done this in a while. Right. A little triangle going on, right? Yes, I know I could have done this. I understand. I don't like that pull though. I like it from here. Same shit. Different day. Money flow's coming out. Little trigger wave. I mean, this could just, if any, I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like it wants a quick move down towards this liquidity here. I bet you it's going to happen too. But I'm not going to say it's dump worthy sustainable. Yeah. We'll see. We come down, I look here for longs. It's the bottom line. Right? Unless this red dot prints and the 2 hour starts to print a red dot and this 30-minute looks like it's really starting to roll over, you know, then I may be a little hesitant on this area and may be waiting for down here. All right, I may just wait for something like this. And somewhere in here look for the long. But we'll see. Yeah, those are my scenarios. Long scenario, I'm looking here for shorts. We get above that, we move on. We got, let's go to the daily actually. You know what I'm saying? You know, For us to break below this trend line would be huge. To close below it would be huge in a downward way. I don't know if we're in for that just yet. Right? We did get the weekly close. We got the 2-week close, guys. Here's my 2-week structure, and we got the. Oh no, we didn't. Sorry, 3-week. The 3-week closed, right? I don't care about this guy. I'm still going to kind of consider this because we broke it way down here. But this is a bounce zone. It's still a bounce zone. 4-week. This is the pull. This is the 4-week bounce zone. So what I'm looking for is at the end of this week on Sunday. If this candle closes below this on the 2-week, that's one check, right? That's one check for bear market. I'm waiting for the 3-month. That's not going to work here. There it is. The 3-month. Don't mind all this jazz. 3-month red dot to print. I have my settings and the regular market cipher here. My settings are a little different. The 2-month on regular market cipher, come to find out, actually did print, and it has called the tops past 1-2 times. Right? When that dot prints after all-time highs, it signifies the top is in. So we'll see. I mean, mine's a little different, right? We got a little craziness going on there. So you hop over to the 3-month. We got a month left, though, so there could be a lot of downside or upside to happen till then. That's one of them. I got some EMAs cross, and the 3-month red dot, the 2-week, I want to confirm bearish. I want to break this trend line. I want to close below this guy on the weekly, and what else? Oh, the EMAs. So, if you want to know more about that, get over in the Discord, invest a share. Hit me up in here, hit me up in Discord, and we'll get you in there. But it's yeah, see, it's holding up pretty well here. Not looking the best. That's an SFB. Yeah, see? You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, it just looks like we're up for a bounce. You know? It definitely looks like we're in for a little bounce, a little upward action. What do we have here? Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. But like, I mean, listen, I said it on Solana. No, sorry, I was looking at this late last night. Sometimes the brightness kills your eyes when it's 11 o'clock at night. I was talking about this a while ago that, you know, everyone was super freaking bullish down here when we started pumping. I was like, guys, I don't know, like, this is a bearish retrace. It's a bullish move for a bearish structural break, retest, continuation, potentially. Potentially, right? We got bearish divergence from back here. We got it locally. I mean, and then on top of it, you know, this one's just, it's following suit, right? Money flow. Following suit. I don't know. What do you guys do? You guys think top is in? Or you think the bottom's in right here? You think this is the bottom for something special? Or do you think it's just a local bottom? I'll tell you what. Looking at the biddy, we'll just keep it on the weekly here. I mean, this close makes me feel decent, but I really wouldn't be totally surprised if we come up into this supply or even take this high and then continue down. Not saying we can't rip, but just the way we are right now on this higher time frame, there's liquidity here. Somebody look at some heat maps, and I guarantee there's a shit ton of liquidity here around 116, and then obviously all-time high. But I would say somewhere around like that 116, even above this, like the 110 to 116, there's going to be liquidity there. And that could be a little extra fuel. All right, that's a golden pocket too. 786 is above, but you take this off, and then it moves it up a little bit. All right, so I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, buddy. Don't you die on me now. I have faith, baby. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. Even if we get up into here, it's okay to look for shorts. You know, and then we come back down into this area, it's okay to look for longs. You know, even if, you know, everyone thinks the bear market's in, like look at the last one, right? What happened? I don't have it drawn, but there is a trend line that we broke, right? Let's go to the 2 week. It'll just be easier to see, right? 2 week didn't break yet. 2 week didn't break yet. This was the full-blown confirmation per se, for some at least. But you go to the weekly, and we had, even on the 2 week, doesn't matter. We have an SFP here. We broke structure bearishly, retest SFP, we go. And what do? Right? We come down, we SFP this guy, we come for the high, we SFP this guy, we break below our trend line, and then we have a little bear flag for the continuation. And I'm not a pattern guy, I'm not a formation guy, but it's there, right? I'm not going to ignore it. You see this little cluster that we have here? Let's see if it fixes it like this. Yeah, see how that fixed it? Perfect. Yeah, see, then this one kind of screws it up. So it is what it is. Take it all with a grain of salt anyways. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just some, hell yeah. I'm just some Jimmy John. Depends on Trump. Yeah, I mean, this is my theory, right? And I don't follow politics. I look at candlesticks. But, you know, if those $2,000 stimulus checks come out, we're going to have a pump. But what does stimulus money mean? Stimulus money it's bearish because it is inflationary. So say he does that, inflation rates get even worse and more unsustainable than they already are, and then they jack up the interest rates again. What if that happens? I'm not saying it is. Here's another theory. Trump is not a politician. Trump is trying to fix a broken business, aka America. I'm not saying I agree. I don't agree with everything he's doing. Like I said, I really don't pay attention too much. But to me, everything we have here is for the most part unsustainable. We cannot continue, and I'm not talking about the crypto market. I'm not talking about gold, the S&P. I'm talking about all of it, right? I'm talking about real estate prices, grocery prices. Gas prices aren't that bad. Rents through the freaking roof. Markets are just blasting off. How long can this continue on and the rich get richer and the poor stay where they are? Right? The people who maintain these communities can't afford to live in them. That's not sustainable. Right? So, if we're ever to have a correctional crash, I think Trump would be the president to have it. I think Trump would, and just because we're looking at this chart, right? A crash and then a recovery over time. So, I can see Trump having the biggest crash, and I can see Trump having a phenomenal recovery and being like, yeah, so like that needed to happen, but look how we bounced back. I think they manipulate it like crazy. I do too. I think it's politically manipulated. That's what I think, right? Because if the stock markets are doing good, the big dollars making money, big dollars donating to your campaign. It makes you look good. Gas prices are down, groceries are down, yada yada yada. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to be surprised either way. That's the thing, like, right? Like, I'm not saying the bear market's in. I'm not saying the bull market's over. I'm not saying we're not going to 200,000 on Bitcoin. I don't fucking know. I take it day by day, week by week. But those theories to me make sense. You dog. Yeah, those theories to me make sense, and nobody can change our mind because I live in this world and I see the struggles. You know, I can't go to the grocery store without spending $250, $200 for the week, and that's putting it nicely, right? I buy a lot of shit on Amazon too. I don't even want to know what diapers, paper towels, dish soap, all that crap would cost if I bought it all at the grocery store. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying it's not all part of the plan. I'm not saying it's not all relative. But things are getting more expensive, and they're getting more expensive a whole lot faster than people's wages are growing. AKA unsustainable. You know, foreclosures are up, what, 14 or 16% year over year as of last month or the month before I was looking at it. That's not good. That's not good. So, we'll see. Taking liquidity before we pump, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, this liquidity take could take a long time. That's the fear, right? Is that if we do have a bear market, granted, what's a year, right? What's a year? What's a year and a half? I mean, what you know, what's the big deal? We're traders here, right? And if you're not, don't forget to take some profits every now and again, because would you be more mad if you took a little profit here and ripped a little bit? Or would you be mad if you bought down here, didn't take profit here because you wanted higher, but we came back down and you round tripped all that hard work? I'd be more mad if I round tripped it and had nothing to show. Right? I'd have FOMO if it ripped, but I have something to show for my hard work. And to me, easier said than done. It's just a little easier to stomach. Wow, Apple News Spotlight. This major city is one of America's most affordable for home buyers. Plus, why divorced couples aren't moving out. And obviously that's real estate related. That's 20 minutes ago, actually. I got that 20 minutes ago. That's weird. What's ETH looking like? Same shit, 786. We didn't quite take that order block. Is there a 5 or a 6 hour? It's a little bigger that we came into. There is a 6 hour. Looks like we tapped it. Yeah, we did. We just barely tapped it. I still don't think that's enough, though. I don't know. Right? This is a rejection zone. We just don't have the flip. We have the. That's damn near an SFP. You don't give a fuck what nobody says. That is 5 minute. Yeah, that's SFP, right? If you got in here, take profit here, take profit here, take profit on this order block, target the low, right? Rinse and repeat. Remember, it's still bullish. Even with the SFP, it's still bullish, right? However, it is a high confluence area, the 786. So you do what you want, but just know we could probably do this. Why won't you click on it? You know, like there's some days where it's like taking candy from a baby, right? And there's some days where it's just not. And right now I feel like after all this movement that we've had, right, all this consolidation, there's a lot of indecision. Right? This was an easy move down. This was an easy move down. For me at least. You know, I didn't catch the big move. I didn't catch this guy. But, I mean, there's a whole lot of trades to be had here, guys. Just make sure you're taking your profits. Two-minute bearish. 5 minute bearish. But the money flows in the green. And, yeah, we broke above the 786. Give me that hourly. Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, guys. I mean, what do you think? What are we thinking here? Am I crazy? Am I a silly goose? Or do you kind of agree? I mean, I gave targets to both sides, so because we're at a location. I know, so I've had people in my DMs too, like, "Oh, you're just bearish." It's like, "No, I'm not." And then like, "Oh, you're just bullish." I want both sides. I'm like, "Well, right now I think it's going to go up, so I'm not going to tell you to go down." And if we're not in a like right now, we're in an area to bounce, and then these are areas to go short. I'm not going to tell you to short here. All right, I tell you that. You're already late. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're late. You know, this is the short zone on this time frame. This is the short zone on a lower time frame, even here too. This is not the short zone. This is not. But anyways, that's what I got, guys. That's all I got. Well, look at this. Hold on, let me get rid of this stuff. This is a lot going on. A lot going on. Like, look at this, right? No, 2 month. This is that trend line I was talking about for the last cycle, right? Like, look at this. Look at this curve. I'm not saying, you know, the top is going to be in around here somewhere around 200 forever. I'm just saying right now, looks like a little rounded top to me. A little reset of some sort would make sense. No, and no, I'm not saying we're coming down to 3,000. No, I'm not saying we're coming down to $500. It's not what I'm saying. We might. You never know. Right? Who the fuck knows? Shit can get dicey, right? If the fucking traditional market's dump, who the fuck knows what Bitcoin can do? But, you know, we have it here, right? I'm like, look, this is, you can't tell me this doesn't flow nicely. And then you drop down, I think I did it on like the 4 hour, maybe? Or maybe the daily, actually. The weekly? I did it on the weekly, okay. Oh yeah, I was on the 2 month, what am I talking about? Right, we have it again here. So if this breaks below, and we come down into here, it makes sense, right? Don't panic, this is 60,000 is a bounce zone, right? 80,000 is a bounce zone. But we're starting to lose steam, we're putting it around the top. Right, a lot of these plays out like this. Yeah. Food for thought. Food for thought. What I wouldn't hate to see is when we do dump, if this is the top, right? If coming down into here at 58 to 40, I would be looking so hard to buy here, like that 30 to 25. But I mean, this is my zone. If the top is in, this is where I'm looking. Right, like the same shit over here. $786, right? 786 bullish divergence on the weekly. Bearish divergence on the weekly. Bearish divergence on the weekly. Let's see something quick. From the time the top is in to that bottom weekly divergence, we'll say here, 400 days. How about this? This one may make more sense. 168 days. Interesting. Te carece. Who knows? Time will tell, but that's what I'm waiting on. If things start to keep looking bullish and we do come down, I'm going to be looking for a long, targeting this guy, targeting this liquidity, probably with a TP here somewhere, and then obviously up here, because that is a higher time frame rejection zone. Right? Right. All right, and then if we get above this, look for rejection for a continuation up to here somewhere. And I'll pull my fibs and look for supply or demand, whatever, and order blocks accordingly. What do you guys think, huh? This guy's an idiot. Yeah, it's like if you look at Cardano, cut the shit. You go up to the 4 hour, like look, because it's postured different, right, guys? It's very differently structured. Like on Bitcoin, we came down, came back up, came down, didn't take it, then took this top, but it was also in correlation with like this supply, right? So if this supply was like this, you know what I mean? And then it kind of like took the low, took the high, this low, right? Came up, and then came down, and came up, took this high, and then came down, and then did this, where Cardano is just not taking shit. It's not taking any highs. Sorry. So what I wouldn't be completely against, right, if we do start to get this little move up, and we can get above however we are, like we got liquidity up here, we're gonna have liquidity here, there's gonna be those order blocks here, and those are rejection zones as well. So we'll see how things look if and when we get up there. Right, I'm pulling a fixed range on this, Jimmy John, right? I mean, there's probably a couple in here, but more macro wise. Right, more macro-wise, we're looking there, right? You're going to have one up here. You're going to have one here. These are all ranges. These are all ranges. I just pull them this way. It's easier to understand for y'all. And from there, we go, right? Watching all these levels. These are all good TPs. They may not all be the right entries, but they're all good TPs. That's what. Take your profits on your terms, guys. You don't know where it's going to reject. You don't know that it's going to Cardano is going to go from well, it was a dollar all the way down to 27 cents. How are you going to know that? Right? It did look dumpish to me. Like, look at this bearish divergence, but it didn't look 27 cents bearish in an hour, whatever it was. That's what I'm looking at. Honestly, if we can get up, I'm going to look up here somewhere, get in a short. If we do get up this high, if we break this high, I'll be looking at, if I get in a long TP on the POC, pull some fibs, look for some supply and demands, supply and order blocks, I should say. And then up here is going to be a good one. If we get above that, I'll be looking here. But whatever I'm in, I will be damn near 100% out. Way before, if we get up to here and it looks bearish, I'm going to get out here. Look for retracement. Then here, I'll look for the long, and I'll look to get out up here somewhere. Right? Staircase. Staircase yourself in, staircase yourself out. I don't staircase in. I don't know why I said that. Right? Come down, come up. Come down, come up. Take it all. That's all we do. Right? Big move up. Any hoosers, that was entirely too long. I did not anticipate being on here this long. I was like, I can get it all done in 2 minutes. By 2 minutes, I thought 20 minutes. By 20 minutes, I thought 30 minutes. And 30 minutes turned into a damn near hour. How long have I been on here? Yeah, 50 minutes. I'm an idiot. It's just easy to go on and on. I mean, if I just did Bitcoin and did, I can do it quick. But because I'm looking at this, I look at it every day, right? And I kind of know my bias. So but I gotta try and explain it better for y'all. So I could be better at that. Be careful of formations. All right, guys. That's all I got. That's all I got. I have the in-laws picking up the kid today, so I don't gotta leave. That's sweet. I'm gonna make me some food. And that's all she wrote. Appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll catch you next time.